Hey Aquarius, welcome to the Cosmic Jackal Tarot. I'm your host Mirage. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to your yearly 2024 forecast for, your tarot reading anyways. So I have kind of reconstructed my entire area. This isn't the finished result. This is just for now. I definitely need a new mouse pad because this chick is dirty. But yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. I don't have my candle torches. Actually, I had someone staying with me for a little while and she stole them, a pen cap, and what else did she steal? Toilet paper. Like, what the fuck? Anyways. Uh-oh. I don't really like to use matches because they tend to burn me, so... see what I mean? See, when I did Capricorn's reading, I didn't have to deal with that, so I don't know. Now the whole thing is on fire. Very good. Oh Lord, before I start a fire. Yeah, that was not a good look. Ow. Oh boy, maybe I should have done a fire sign next. I probably won't edit this out so y'all can see the struggle. Like, this is why I get torches, because it's less likely that I'll commit an arson. Alright. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season. It's almost your season in the next few weeks here, actually. But other than that, those shenanigans that I just had with the person that was staying over, I've just been staying busy, taking a huge break from social media personally, and I'm just working on my craft. So there'll be a lot of announcements because I have a lot of things that have been in the works. So despite the fact that I am taking a break, oops, read the wrong deck, from everything that's going on, that doesn't mean that I've given up on myself or anything. So I do apologize for my very long hiatus. It was not expected. It was not intentional. Just the last time I posted on here, a lot was going on. And before you know it, I just really needed to get my mental health together. I'm no longer in school. I actually had to drop out, unfortunately. And I thought I would be getting a car. Amongst some other things that everything just went awry, to be honest with you guys. So you have 2 cards? That, I don't know. Just keep shuffling. Let's see here. Because I'm like, at this point, expect that this reading will be very long because I'm doing a card for each month. Not with this deck. No, definitely not. But I do want to pull something to just give me an idea of what your journey will be like. This is what this deck is going to represent for me. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. All right, we finally got just one. All right, you have the Rainbow. It's the first time I've seen this card in this deck. And the number 41. So some of you could have been born on, let's see, February the 5th, the 4th, the 1st, perhaps. Some of you. But the rainbow, obviously, I mean, it might not be that obvious, but there's 2 things the rainbow it represents for me. The first one is, that reassuring sight after a really bad storm. Or maybe even the storm might not be that bad. Maybe an inconvenience that kind of took up a lot of time. For some of you, this is like, it's been bothering you for, maybe a few days, a month, few months, years. And finally you get that, light at the end of the tunnel result. Now, if it's not that, this could be something that's kind of spectrum-like, where you have a series of good luck, like very fortunate events that happen to you without explanation. You are one of the luckiest signs, Aquarius. You believe in just kind of doing things your own way, but you do tend to like drag people down a path that they don't really want to go on. Before you yourself are like, oops, yeah, the tires came off the car a long time ago. We just been sliding this whole time. Well, why didn't you tell me? I did tell you, you weren't listening. So, like I said, you're just spreading that goofy energy that you're known for. And I don't know, I just feel like you are the rainbow at the end of the day. Like, that's how you see yourself. To see there's a bird, and then, you know, you being an air sign, they're taking flight, but, you know, they're spreading something behind them. And this is during a full moon, because I don't think that's the sun, but full moon means, like, you know, getting something after a harvest, revisiting, like, you know, where your hard work has landed you. That's where you begin to reap benefits at the end of the day, or at the end of the long journey, or a goal that you knew was going to probably take longer. All right, so you have last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. It might not be that a lot of you are emotional tyrants, but some of you, I think something struck a nerve. This is the last quarter moon, meaning this is something that you've been working on, or something that's been going on is coming to an end. It's not all the way done, but now it's time to just make your peace before closing out that chapter. So like I said, you might not be crying, you might not be on a fit of anger and taking that on everybody around you. For some, you know, you might be dealing with your emotions with something that's unhealthy, like heavily drinking, you know, taking drugs recreationally to escape reality. Some of you may be speeding and doing reckless driving. Some of you may be engaging in activities with shady people or multiple people, and you're unprotected. There's a lot of things this could be, but watch your ass. Okay, so we're going to use the Cosmic Insights. I think this is actually the Cosmic, what do you call it? The Cosmic Oracle Tarot. Like, I don't know why they has two different names. Maybe like during publishing they changed their mind and forgot. I don't know. But we're gonna do one card per month with this. Let me actually move this deck over here. But yeah, expect this reading to be long, because I have a lot of time to make up for. So I'm just gonna spoil y'all at the very beginning of the year, and whatever happens, happens. But don't say I didn't do something nice for you. You feel me? All right, got one. All right, let me get 11 more, please, Spirit. For Aquarius, please guide them along their journey. Where are they going? What are they looking out for? What is coming towards them? We ask for only abundance, prosperity, success, health, good health. All right. Just scoot this like this. Okay. Let me get, I think, 9 more. Yeah. Whoa. All right. 5. Let's get this over just a little bit more. 6, 7. Okay. Let me get 4 more, please, Spirit. Oh. Okay. Let me get 3 more, Spirit, please. Okay. Let me get 2 more, Spirit. Alright. Let me get 1 more, Spirit. Okay, so let's just dive in. The first one you have is pets. Getting a new pet, giving a current one more love. So some of you, January is themed around your pets. And if it's not like pets that you actually have, like if you play Pokemon or something, maybe like that, or I hate to say maybe your kids, but like when you really think about it, no, let me not jump down that rabbit hole. That's kind of disrespectful. But whatever it is that you have to care for, like even if it's just plants at the end of the day, this is what January is about for you. Next we have Mercury retrograde, which I still didn't do it. This is the third reading I've been doing since this whole series, and I have totally forgot to look up when Mercury retrograde is. Like the last day of the one that just went by, I think was on New Year's Eve, and I think we're due for another one in April. Now I could be wrong. I'm gonna put that somewhere. More than likely I'm not gonna put it on the screen because like today I have to like zoom through 9 more readings, but I'll try to link it somewhere in the description so you guys like have an idea, or you can like Google it. I mean, it's not a huge deal. But yeah, back up your electronics, work on your communication skills. Don't take anything personal. Don't lash out at people who don't know any better. But then also review everything. So that also means like things with contracts. If you're starting a new job, make sure that you analyze the pay, make sure that they can't scam you, all that stuff. Just be careful. All right. Now in March, we have liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. Could be you, could be someone else around you, but like just, it's a caution. And I feel like some of you may just find out in March, or may have a revelation in March that like maybe you need to change your behavior, or you have to watch like who you have around you, because they don't give a fuck what's coming out of their mouth or what their intentions are. They just hope that you wouldn't catch them. So be careful. Now, if this is someone that's really, really close to you and you really would not want to go without them in April, give it time. Everything is divine timing. Let things flow. So don't try to control the outcome. Don't try to give these like unreasonable compromises and what do you call it? I'm trying to think. What do you call them? Ultimatums. Because like we can only control so much around us, you know what I mean? But if this is someone that is, and sometimes it depends on what they did, but if this is someone that is unremorseful of what they have done, or like sometimes it depends on how you found out, that sort of thing. If it seems like it's been going on for a while, but if it's someone you truly care about and you really don't see a reason to cut them off just yet, then yeah, that's what you got to do. But also give yourself time. Like sometimes we're like, oh, screw that person, or oh my God, I can't believe they do that. And we wallow in it and get stuck. So I think for a lot of you, just try to sit and chill. But if it's you that's been caught and someone's corrected your behavior or called you out on it, like give yourself time to face that. Not everything is meant to be like, when someone calls you out, it's not always to embarrass you or make you into a spectacle. Sometimes it's just that a person really cares about you and doesn't want to watch you go through or commit the same heinous acts that keeps you stuck in where you might be in life. So that varies for all of you, but depending on what side of accountability we're on. Next, we have gold digger. They want your money being used. Be very, very careful, especially for those of you who like to flaunt on social media or flaunt before your partner and friends. There's someone that's just around because you're the one paying for everything. You're the one feeding them. You're the one that like makes the plans. Like if you take a step back sometimes and just kind of show up for yourself every once in a while, watch. Like some people will be like, hey, were we going out? But of course they're asking that because most of the time they're expecting you to initiate, or you to make the plans, or you to pay. And I just want to implore y'all, just take a second to do things different and see how people move. Like when my car was repossessed, literally no one in my area hits me up anymore unless they want me to attend something they got going on. And it, like, oh, hey, it's my birthday. And I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, I know you're going to give me a present, but like, I want you to be here. But like when my birthday rolled around, literally no one I know tried to make plans with me here for my birthday. Yeah. So you may have people like that around you where they're only around when things go good. Like maybe they don't even really want anything from you, but some people also are around in your victory just so they can talk about you when you fall off. Like, you know, let your friends be your friends, let your family and tribe be your family and tribe, but don't try to have people tag along to feed your ego. Just chill. Now in June we have yes. Luck is on your side. So I don't know what the yes is for. Some of you may be getting asked something like to move, to try a new activity. Some of you might even be getting engaged or married. But whatever you are trying to pursue by this month, the answer is yes. So I say, like, you know, this is a green light, but still I implore you, just because I said yes doesn't mean like, yay, everything's gonna go this way because Mirage says so. No, at the end of the day, tarot readings are just advice, not necessarily like an actual consultation of how to run your life. Like, you know, that's what you got to do. Everything that we do in life is always opening and closing doors all around us to opportunity. So whatever you put into the universe, okay, I can't say for sure. It's not like I know y'all. Like, you know, I'm just speaking to whoever listens. So you tuned in for a reason, right? So with that being said, just proceed with caution. Like, while it might seem like everything is going good, you know, and it is. Next in July, you have commitment. Things are getting serious. So for some of you, yeah, like you could be, if we're, you know, backpedaling, some of you probably are in a serious relationship. Like somebody probably finally asked you to make things official, or you're probably going to ask somebody else to do so. That's probably what that yes is. Like you guys might be like gearing up to do so, and the person, I feel like they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, damn, it's about time. Or, you know, oh my god, really? Like, you know, like they're so surprised if y'all have been seeing each other for a good minute. But yeah, some of you could also be getting married. Some of you could be asked to move in. It's a lot of things here. So in August we have move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. All right, like that's kind of a weird situation to be in, where it's like, I just said, yeah, you know, everything's going good, but I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be your romantic partner. It could be like maybe you're moving on from a specific situation. Like maybe you guys have been feeling stuck and unfulfilled at a job, and you wake up one day and you're like, man, fuck this job, I'm gonna get another one. Fuck it, I'm gonna get 2, I'm gonna get 3. I'm gonna do something, you know. It could be you're moving on from a certain mindset. It could be you're moving on from like a home situation. Like maybe you guys have been stuck somewhere where you're not happy and like everything is just going wrong, you know, like internal issues with the home, if it's not necessarily something that's like an altercation. So yeah, you're moving forward and not wasting any time like trying to make peace with anything that isn't giving you any peace. Then in let's see, September, health issues could arise. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, especially because this is the beginning stages where we start going into the cooler seasons. But you know, it's also back to school, so if you have kids, like make sure they're washing their hands, and let's see, following procedures to just stay safe, like, you know, making sure they're not sneezing on each other or doing anything gross, all that type of stuff. At the end of the day, like, you know, again, health is what matters, so just make sure that you're taking the utmost care. Next, we have distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. Now, again, sometimes we get the blues, like we have our honeymoon stage, and then this person they're not as fun as they used to be, or now they're getting cold, or maybe they're just, you know, just all over the place with what they tell you that's going on. I mean, this could be like a bunch of things if I had to be honest with y'all, but some of you probably have had to move, or maybe they took a job out of town, maybe you did, maybe they traveled for work, and you didn't see that coming. They could be a water sign, which is kind of funny because you know, this is October, and this is November. So water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Some of you could be, you know, dealing with a lot with a water sign. But that would be kind of the Scorpio Sagittarius season right there. So, yeah, I just, you know, they might not be that you're with a water sign. They may just have like water sign tendencies. Like they might be emotionally available or emotionally destructive, or, you know, they're very kind and observant, generous, or maybe they're very manipulative. I mean, it just depends on the water sign. I'm not saying that they're all these things. Like, these traits do exist. It doesn't matter even what sign you are, but you know, just be careful if it is that you're with a water sign and they're causing you trouble. So these are just some things to look out for. And then finally in December we have confession. Maybe you're getting a water sign maybe you're getting a confession from a water sign, perhaps. Someone has to tell you something. So it might be that someone has to let you know, like, something is going on and you don't know about it, or that you're letting somebody know something. Whether it's good or bad, I don't really know. That's just kind of how it ends, which I'm like, well, that, you know, that only says so much. But, you know, I mean, it's also the holidays, it's Christmas, so it could very well be that someone has something to tell you, maybe within the family, or maybe like if you're married, or with, you know, you and your partner's family are very close, maybe that's what's going on, or it could be something with work. All these things mean something, but you'll let me know, Aquarius, I'm pretty sure. All right, so let me scoop these back into the deck. It's not that I don't shuffle my cards like a normal person, but like, I just don't like bending my cards. All right, so we're gonna pick one card from the Mermaid Tarot deck here for the overall theme this year, what you're going to be experiencing. And you have the Page of Wands in reverse. So you're not about any foolishness. You're really trying to be on your shit and take everything serious. You're also not dealing with any messages of anyone trying to like lust after you, or empty-ended like flirting, you know, like people that just looking for a hookup and shit. You're not dealing with these jobs that like try to do the whole, I don't want to say bait and switch, but it's like they promise you this amount of money and this amount of opportunity, and then when you get in there, it's a bunch of bullshit. So like I said, some of you know what this is, what it's about, but again, you're just not playing no games. The page is all about messages. Now it's kind of like someone's telling you something and they're being silly about it. Like a page is, that's just what a page is. They're not a knight, they're not a king, they're not a queen. They're really just here to pass on something. Now it could be like, even if you're like, let's say if it is a job, if you're applying and you get you know, the recruiter like hyping up the job, but then like when you get into the job, like now you're mad at the recruiter because you're like, bro, why would you hide all this important shit from me? Now I'm in here wasting my time, your time, what the fuck? You just over here getting a commission. Well, and for some places they only keep it, the commission, I mean, if you stay after a certain day. So there, I mean, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to do the Divine Tarot, and again, we're going to pull one card for every month. All right, we're at 2 now. Matter of fact, last year, what's funny to me is I applied for one job and they were doing me dirty. When I finally decided to take a social media break, like around the time that I started to do it, yeah, I ended up having to sue them and I won. I didn't win a lot of money, but like, you know, I stood up to them. I'm like, yeah, y'all mistreated me. I wasn't getting paid what I was supposed to have gotten paid. You know, y'all telling people that they're telling the IRS that my taxes were a part of my hourly and they fucking weren't. But you think I'm really about to sit here for like, you know, I don't even know. I wouldn't say it was 40 hours a week. It was supposed to be, I guess, but it didn't feel like it. It was just, you know, oh, come in at 5, come in at 6. And sometimes we stay until like midnight, 1 o'clock, trying to close shit down at the latest. And yeah, they were trying to make it seem like I was working for just a few hours for 12 an hour. Bullshit. But that's a story for another time. Actually, while we're on the subject, I'm going to link my other channel. It's my vlogging channel, but I do 420 friendly, like, story time vlogs. So if you guys are interested in some laughs and learning some insight about what goes on in my daily life and how goofy I can be when I don't listen to my intuition, there you go. So I already have one episode and I'm working on more. We're just trying to, you know, situate some things around the house for me to film more of these videos. But yeah, I got content out the rear for you guys. And make sure you follow my gaming channel too. Like, both of those links are actually on all my links, but just so you have the specifics, I'll just link them in the description for you guys to see. Yo, it does not want to give me any more cards. Fam, we need like 4 more. Damn, okay. Didn't even mean to grab that. It's like I'm over here fussing at the cards. Now they're spitting at me. How dare you? Oof. Okay. I just, fuck. Okay, I'll take that one. Let's say I just need one more, and then two cards fell on the floor, but one fell like upright, and then above it was a card that was face down. I'm like, you already know what I'm here for. All right. So in the very beginning, in January, you have the Ten of Cups. You probably did see that fall like earlier while I was talking, but so yeah, you know, you guys are sitting in a world of nothing but joy and happiness. You feel like you've reached your happy ending, a story happily ever after. And why wouldn't you feel that way? Like, look at all the, you know, family coming together, marriage, you know, a union coming together. Just like, this is usually centered around family life. The cups represent emotions. So you're feeling a completion on something, definitely. In February, it feels like there's a hair in my nose. Why am I saying everything backwards? Anyways, Knight of Swords in February, yeah. Some of you are feeling the rush to say something first or to initiate something before somebody else. This is usually someone that likes to take action very, very swiftly, but they rush in without a plan. In February, just like mind. Oh, for some of you, this could just be like, you know, you having preparations for your birthday or something. Again, like, happy early birthday to all my Aquarians. But yeah, I'm seeing that for some of you, you're trying to rush to do something and you're not giving thought to precaution or anything like that. Just be careful. Let's see, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse in March. So that's why, this is another reason I'm saying be careful. It's not the initial reason, but if you're not careful, you can get stuck somewhere. Like, some of you may overspend and now you have to like ask for some sort of assistance, or you could just be feeling like nothing is going on. Sometimes when we rush into chasing after that sense of dopamine, that instant gratification, that's exactly why social media is kind of toxic, because we're so used to getting things fast. So many, you know, reactions and comments and views, all these things. Like, social media is meant to just replace like what it feels like being in the real world, like trying to get this parasocial life or this and I don't want to get too deep into that rabbit hole, but you get me, like we're in this simulation and all that. You know, and people just kind of take what they can get from it, or the story fits based off of the person you're talking to, really, at the end of the day. But yeah, just be careful that you don't land yourself somewhere where you can't move on later. But I feel like this is a temporary feeling of being stuck, because in April you have Temperance. So being patient, this is also a Sagittarius card, but a lot of you are just centering yourself while also working on a bunch of things at once. And it's hard to tell an Aquarius to calm down, and they actually do so. You guys are like absolute busybodies. Like, you gotta keep your money up. You gotta flex on them. You got to keep them guessing. You got to work on the next thing. Like, you just don't like to sit still. So it is what it is. But in May, I precaution you again, 9 of Swords in reverse. Some of you are deep in thought about something from the past that 9 of Swords just usually talks about the failure of a wish fulfillment. Like, this person could be passed on to the netherworld, or they're coming back into the human world, like just basically a second chance, but people are mourning them, not knowing that, this is what I want to say. So people are probably mourning the old you. And I think sometimes you do the same thing where you miss, like, when times were more innocent, where you could just, like, have some money to the side, go to an amusement park, or like some big event with friends or family, depending on who you're close to. Or maybe some of you could just miss. I mean, I feel like it's 9 of Swords. I feel like it's you, because 9 of Swords, or swords in general, is air sign energy. So this could go a whole lot of ways, but I feel like the reason that this is like upside down or in reverse is because some of you are literally mourning your innocence and how things used to be, or the old version of yourself that got to enjoy these things. Now, like, especially the older we get, it's a lot harder to enjoy simple things, because now we have bills, we have expectations we got to fulfill, with jobs that we sometimes don't want to work with, a partner that's driving us crazy, or thinks they're always right and doesn't really want to hear what we have to say. Not that I mean, my moon sign is Aquarius. I'm actually a Pisces, but I'm just saying I relate to that because, Aquarius, you just like to have fun. You're this sign that likes to just kind of move on to the next thing. You don't like to linger around too long, but not everybody can keep up with that. Next, in June, the Tower. And I think that's why the 9 of Swords came first. You're mourning the old version of you because it's about that time to let it go. You're going to face some really deep obstacles during that month. Probably nothing too serious. Like, some of you may have to just change your way of thinking, change your behavior. Like, some of you don't like to not have your way. Some of you have a hard time listening to others. Like, sometimes you listen to react. You don't listen because you're actually taking into consideration why someone is saying what they're saying. This could be that some of you might be going through a breakup. It could be that you have to let go of a home or a dream or a goal that you put a lot of work into, and it's a shame to watch it crumble. But here's the thing about the Tower coming into play. It's about transformation, yeah, but like at the same time, you're not starting all over again. You can always rebuild with what's there. Maybe you do have to crush down the rubble and start all over again, plaquing everything back up. But wouldn't you rather build everything from scratch up because you had a foundation? Like, the foundation never actually went anywhere. It's just the things that were built to paint a pretty picture of the structure. And now that structure has collapsed. So it's either you cry about it and go through these harder times, like not wanting to let it go and dwelling in like, but why would that happen? Da, 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 da. Or you can build it, and you can build it more strong and more aligned with what you have going on. You know what I mean? So it's up to you how you want to pursue that. In July, you have Judgment. So Wukong. I don't know if you guys have played League of Legends and all that, but something is being made right. This could be like, maybe you guys had to go for something court. Like, if the Tower is you being evicted, divorced, or something like that, then I'm not saying within a month's time something is getting corrected, but I think that you finally do get a break and people do see your side. Excuse me. I don't know it's like I'm phlegmy, and then like now I'm burping here and there and trying not to like cough. I'm tired. We also have this storm overhead. Nothing's happened yet. It's just extremely windy outside. But yeah, it's supposed to be brighter actually than what it is, and it's not. So that's kind of why I'm doing these readings in what looks like maybe evening. I swear to you, it's not even 4 o'clock yet. And I'm in Tampa Bay. Like, it should be a lot brighter right now, but it's not. So, yeah, something is being corrected. Something is being made right. And even if it's no one is, like, actually on your side, you know, the higher power, they got your back, so I wouldn't worry about it. Or even if it's just ancestral, like, someone is keeping an eye on everything that's going on at all times. Next, in August, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. So, again, some of you are mourning something and, you know, crying over, or at least you were. That's what that would represent. But I feel like some of you have actually sucked it up and moved on. That's what I want to say. I don't mean it to be harsh, but it's just one of those, like, there's no sense of me sitting in that energy. I feel like for some of you realize, like, how you've been acting was kind of a form of self-pity. And out of any of the zodiac that cannot deal with pity very well, Aquarius is like number 1 on that damn list. Like, y'all do not like for anyone to even utter, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, because like now you scrapping. But 5 represents conflict. This could also be, you're not mad, but you are disappointed in the fact that someone's doing something for your reaction, so you're just not giving it to them. Why is it like I inhale the smoke and there's no pull? Next is the Knight of Wands in reverse. So let's say that if these weren't emotions or things that you were going through, this could be people. Maybe there's an air sign coming to mess with you, and then once they realize they can do nothing, here comes a fire sign. If you have kids, these could be your own kids. They're knights, so they're usually a younger person or a very immature person or an immature offer or something that's felt very immaturely or prematurely for some. Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. These are swords. These aren't 2 knights. What am I talking about? I'm gonna edit that out. But this could be like a fire sign, a younger fire sign, maybe not like jailbait young, but like someone younger than you. This could be a child. Again, you're not for the nonsense. So I think this is September. Yeah, some of you are sitting someone down and telling them straight, like, what you won't be tolerating no more. And that could, for some of you, it could be a job that's just made you feel kind of intense. Or you're not feeling quite passionate about like you used to, especially if they're not paying you as much as they should for the job you got to do. I don't know. 8 of Swords in reverse. You're avoiding a mental prison. So like, yeah, it's like people are like rushing to try to put you in this mindset of like something is your fault or you got to pay for something. And you're just kind of keen to the bullshit. Well, not kind of, but you're like, what does any of that have to do with me? Or why am I being blamed for that? Or, why are y'all coming down my throat because of X, Y, and Z? You're just not having it. So there is a feeling on your part where you're like, damn, like with the 8 of Swords in reverse, usually the 9 of Swords, if that were to come up next, as you can see, that is pretty much the death of something being mourned, something that, it just feels like there's a lot of things going on in the background, like a lot of shade is what I want to say, or like somebody wished something ill on you. That could also be what that is. And you're understanding like someone did not have your best interests. So with this 8 of Swords in reverse, yeah, you're kind of revisiting those sad feelings, but revisiting them not necessarily to cry about them or to look for closure, just like, that should have taught me something. And then because I didn't really get it right away, there's another piece of me that just feels a little shattered right now. But rather than having that victim mentality of why would they do that? Why am I such a bad person? What could I have done? Like all of that. Instead, 8 of Cups, you set on to brighter, better things. Because you realize if you stay behind, this is someone who neatly just organizes their emotions and decides, usually these cups are actually very, very empty, and it could be thought that this person is going on a voyage to find water to fill them. Maybe he's carrying a bucket or a satchel or something, we don't really know, but or maybe he's setting out to town to have a wagon brought over to, you know, fulfill the house. Like, we can't even see the rest of the house, but this is someone that's just moving forward. Because they want better for themselves. Not to teach anybody a lesson, not to make anybody jealous. They're just kind of to a point where they're like, yeah, if nobody's going to think about me, I'll think about me. So let me go on ahead and do this. In December, you have the Page of Cups. A younger water sign or younger water sign energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could be you revisiting your inner child and being very, very confident and very, very content with how things are going. Some of you are just revisiting nostalgia. You know, going back in time to what it felt like to be a kid, to open a Christmas present. Obviously, I mean, we're talking about January here, right? I mean, we're talking about December there, right? Never mind. I should stop smoking. Anyways. All right. We're going to use the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. And I'm going to clarify all these cards. And once that is done... Oh, this one flipped right up. Okay. Once that's done, you're going to get your Super Attractor, and that will end the reading. So today is Tuesday, December the 9th. I'm recording this. You guys you should see this by midnight. My time, you know, I'm in Tampa Bay, so. Let's just see how that goes. Y'all see this? Like, it's just giving me hella messages right now. I just need one more spirit. All right. So let's get started. You have Page of Wands over the Ten of Cups. So despite feeling like everything is going on, you're still keeping an ear out or some sort of feelers out there. Like some of you have your little birdies keeping an eye out for you on a message. It could be something regarding, well, that's Wands. Be careful. Some of you or someone that you're with is looking for something passionate. Okay, even if it's not cheating, I feel like you want to figure out like all types of ways to stay committed to your partner, to make things interesting. It doesn't necessarily have to be like in the bedroom or nothing like that. It could be also that, you know, maybe you're trying to think of new ways to surprise them when you take them out on a date, or to leave like, you know, gifts at their job or on their doorstep if you don't live with them. Some of you are trying to plan maybe like, oh, you know what, some of you might know that you guys have an anniversary coming up, or they might know that your birthday is coming up, and you're just, one of you is waiting for that chance to like zoom in on what someone's saying for a hint, so that you can do I'm hearing better than you did last time. Some of you are tallying up like how often you you know, do something nice for your partner. And I guess like after enough times, if they've stuck around and, you know, you guys are being respectful and everything for the longest time, like some of you might pop the question or expecting to have the question pop. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I have the munchies, but I want something sweet. In February, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse over the Knight of Swords. Okay. Yeah, some of you are avoiding feeling emotional about something, or avoiding your sound emotions. Because sometimes we have erratic emotions and we have our sound. So this is just throwing all caution to the wind, rushing into something where deep down you know you shouldn't. So in February, I caution you, be careful. Three of Wands in reverse over the Wheel of Fortune. Messages are getting delayed. Opportunities are getting delayed. Hey, remember I said you get stuck somehow. And now, like, I feel like some of you were waiting for an email, a text message, or, you know, some sort of notification about another opportunity. I'm hearing some of you wanted to level up and, you know, whatever it was I'm really hearing in my ears like some of you are waiting for an email for some sort of confirmation, and it just never came. And you're like, what the hell? Well, you know, again, in April, you're being told to be patient. And then you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So some of you are still trying to swiftly take action, but now you're being more reckless than usual. Or than earlier, you know. Knight of Cups is just ignoring your feelings and, you know, or ignoring your intuition even, because like there's a fish there. That could be Pisces. But now you're really, you know, taking on that fire sign energy, and you're like, man, remember I said this was Sagittarius, so some of you could be rushing towards a Sagittarius and they might not be feeling the same. I don't know. Then you have Three of Wands. That's also a fire sign, a fire sign or a fire card. This still talks about delays, or not outright rejection, but like maybe it's like they left you on read and you're like, what happened? You're just not interested. Now, that's only if that is a fire sign. Otherwise, that's you just like trying to be reckless. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna force something to happen. No, I told you to be patient. That's what that is. Nine of Swords in reverse, you got the Seven of Swords over. Yeah. You caught who was spying on you, sneaking on you, cheating on you, shading you. Like, you caught them. So that Nine of Swords right there in reverse is just you mourning over like, damn, you know, I'll never trust again. I'll never ignore red flags again. That sort of thing. With the Tower, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Do not, in June, do not splurge your money to satisfy your emotional decline. Like, if some of you are heartbroken and you feel like doing a whole shopping spree with your life savings and stuff is going to, you know, elevate you to feel alive again or whatever have you, I caution you, please do not do that. It's just not necessary, honestly. So, again, some of you may be feeling like, you know, I have nothing else going on for me. Okay, but like, sit still. And if you're gonna, and this is also, I mean, this could also be an offer for something new. Could be from an earth sign. You're not interested. I mean, you know, the Tower, you're too busy dealing with that. So you're not seeing an opportunity for something new. It is what it is. I mean, you know how to deal with that in your own way. Eight of Cups in reverse over the Judgment. So it's like some of these cards, like we see them twice in the reading. And Eight of Cups was one of them. Remember I told you this is a person who, you know, they go out and they look at things. They go towards like something that's better for them. In this deck, like I said, the cups are usually empty. One of them is spilled. He's trying to figure out how that happened. And this one, it may be filled, it might not be. But again, like usually with the Eight of Cups, somebody is walking to something new. In this case, he's actually trying to understand, how did this happen? And I think that's what's going on with y'all when it comes to Judgment. You're trying to understand, like, what brought you here. Maybe not here, like, in a physical sense, but what brought you to this state of mind? What brought you to having to experience whatever it is you're experiencing at that time? And that's in July. In August, once again, another card that we just saw throughout the reading, and it's here again. You have the Eight of Swords over the Five of Swords in reverse. Some of you might have overthought yourself into a mental prison. And that mental prison is sometimes just like that, woe is me, what, you know, oh my God, what else could be happening? A lot of paranoia, like wondering who else was probably in on this deed. Why weren't you warned? All that stuff. Please be careful with your mind in August. Like, don't overthink yourself into a spiral and get stuck. That's usually how people lash out, and you know, they're very erratic. So just if you can't see therapy, like, you know, just make sure you're journaling your thoughts, or you're at least talking to somebody effectively about how to move forward. Nine of Pentacles over the Knight of Wands in reverse. If this, let's say if this was like a younger fire sign coming in, you know, it could be the same one. If this is accurate, like they're coming back and they're trying to romance you, but it's like they're not putting in the effort. It's more so like they're just hoping like maybe they can get a little booty call or something like that. Not even like, hey, I miss you. They're just like, you know, WYD. And you're like, what the fuck? With that Nine of Pentacles, you're still heavily working on everything that you know is hard work. You're definitely tired. You see how worn out she is? And she's holding up a squirrel with this hood on his head. It really means that there's like a spirit guide coming to give you advice or coming to show you the way. Because most of the time when we make faces like this, we're not sure what else to believe, or we don't know what to believe in. Like, she really looks like she's just over everything right now. And the squirrel is just like mentioning to her, hey, you know, if you want them pentacles, they're right where you are. You just got to work for them, or work. Like, I mean, especially if you've been working, it's like, fam, how much more I got to work? What that really means is work on yourself internally so that you don't wait on permission. You give yourself that permission to attract that abundance, what makes you happy and all that. But you can't if you're stuck in the mindset of wondering, you know, why me? How come I'm not lucky? What did I do to deserve like all this negative energy, blah, 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 blah. Like, don't do that, especially not to yourself. Five of Wands in reverse. Once more, another card over the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're not dealing with that conflict or silliness. Again, you're standing on business. You're just not for any of this. And then, you know, I feel like something is trying to trigger you, or someone is trying to trigger you to go back to that mental prison you were just at in August. And you're like, man, nah. Or this could be the fire sign trying to like get people to like, you know, harass you, or spread rumors about you, or to see you in a certain light. And you're like, well, you can do that on your own. I don't care. Like, you just watching the fireworks at this point. It's almost laughable how someone's trying to, you know, get that deep into your emotions for a reaction. And you're just like, okay, well, why are you giving me so much power? What? Strength in reverse over the Eight of Cups. So this being a Leo card, it's like, you know, you had to move on, but you're not feeling very confident about it. It's more so like you're not being given a choice. If you stay, like you're staying with all this whatever, and you know that's all that awaits you. But there's this part of you that's just like, you know, does it get any better? Well, I'll never know if I don't get up and find out for myself, right? And then Ten of Swords in reverse over the Page of Cups. Yeah, that betrayal had a very crazy ending. However, you saw it coming. So it's like you're acknowledging how much worse things could have gotten, or better yet, you're acknowledging that like some people just aren't as innocent or as you know, attractive, I guess. Maybe not like in a physical sense, but there's just something about an aura, something about why we're drawn to a certain person. And we find that at times the Ten of Swords in reverse can also be us realizing why we were attracted to somebody. It's because something about them reminded us of something we're very insecure about within ourselves. Like if you're someone that isn't very talkative, but then you find yourself attracted to people who are extroverted. They like to go out and party and do all these things. And when you're with them, you feel, you know, like, yeah, let's go party. But deep down, like you have this shadow work. You know, that's what attracted you to that person. And then, you know how we always wonder, like, why would I have been with somebody like that? Maybe not that we're exactly like them, but there's certain capabilities. If no one corrects them, then we realize, like, this person's a lesson to teach us, like, look, if you don't correct this, you'll be the same. Or better yet, now you know to judge better and not just be with someone because of the feeling they give you. It must also be because like how they respect you, how they talk about you, how they provide, how they're, you know, supportive. Because again, like sometimes people, you know, opposites can attract all day, but at the end of the day, we're mutually attracted the heaviest to something that might not be good for us. So sometimes a lesson isn't a form of punishment. It's just like, that's it, a test. Like, hey, I need to see, you know, between this occurrence or this outcome and this outcome, which one are you going to choose? And then you either get rewarded or you get punished. Like the lesson itself isn't the punishment. It's more so like the purgatory. Like at the end of the day, you have full control over which route you want to go, or you can just leave it alone entirely. That's completely up to you, you know? So we got one more card to pull, and that's it. And then I gotta edit and figure out if I'm gonna keep recording for the rest of the day, because it's pouring rain outside, which means the storm is here, but it's supposed to apparently get much worse than this. And where I'm recording, my window is like literally right behind you guys. So again, I just gotta make sure that I'm safe and the family is safe. Otherwise, you know, I'm doing all this content for nothing. It's not worth dying over or getting injured over. I'm just letting y'all know I love y'all, but it's not like you got to worry about that, Aquarius, because like you should be having your reading soon. By midnight tonight. It's the other signs that might have to be like, what? And then she stopped? Then I have all these interviews I got to attend throughout the week. I did get one job already, but now I have to wait for... I'm trying to get two that will basically work alongside of each other, and we'll see what happens. But yeah. Okay, last is your super attractor. Let's see what we're ending this reading with. If y'all look and y'all wonder how come Capricorn was the only one who got their reading before anybody else, it's because it's technically their birthday month, so don't be brats in my comments. All right, here we go. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I'm going to just take the one on top. The greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. Free your mind. Stop holding on to outcomes. Stop holding on to, you know, old mindsets that keep you stuck and stagnant, that don't help you mature, that aren't healthy for you, obviously. Everything in life has purpose, but the most beautiful thing about life is we write what it means to us. We decide that. And then we move forward however we see fit. Nobody else has that power over us. You know what I mean? All right, so that has been your reading, Aquarius. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Give that community tab some love. If you guys are interested in following me on other forms of social media, all my links is down below, as well as other ways to support the channel. And lastly, I already told y'all most everything else, but if it didn't resonate, that's totally okay. Like, you know, don't worry. This is just for the yearly reading. If you want a personal reading, you know how to reach me. Comment, leave me a message. And from then on, yeah, I will see you guys throughout the year. Thanks for tuning in once again. Mwah. Happy New Year's. Bye.